Hey guys, Seth with the Christ in Sports podcast here. Um, Continuing Proverbs 3. I accidentally stopped recording. So, my bad. Here we go. We're right here, verse 13. If you haven't seen the first part of this, that's too bad. Go watch the other one. Here we go. Verse 13, right here. Wisdom brings happiness. Verse 13. Happy is a man who finds wisdom and who acquires understanding. For she, wisdom, is more profitable than silver, and her revenue is better than gold. She is more precious than jewels. Nothing you desire compares with her. Long life is in her right hand, and in her left riches and honor. Her ways are pleasant, and all her paths peaceful. She is a tree of life to those who embrace her, and those who hold on to her are happy. The Lord founded the earth by wisdom, and established the heavens by understanding. By his knowledge the watery depths broke open, and the clouds dripped with dew. Maintain your competence and discretion. Verse 21. My son, don't lose sight of them. They will be life for you and adornment for your neck. Then you will go safely on your way, your foot will not stumble. When you lie down, you will not be afraid. You will lie down and your sleep will be pleasant. Don't fear sudden danger or the ruin of the wicked when it comes. For the Lord will be your confidence and will keep your foot from a snare. So here we go here. Let's look at this first section right there. Boom. Right there. Yeah. So one thing I connected to, right, is I connected to the New Testament where basically the idea of Jesus says, you're not going to be able to take anything to heaven other than your soul and your mind, you know? And so, well, at that point, sorry, there's my roommate. Anyway, yes, so, sorry, brain fart. Basically, Jesus says, you're not bringing anything to heaven. And so at that point, what good is money, right? So wisdom, when you get to heaven, is worth far more than the money you acquire on earth because you don't have it anymore. Your bank account in heaven is zero, my boy. And then, let's see, right here. The Lord founded the earth by wisdom and established the heavens by understanding. By his knowledge, the watery depths broke open and the clouds dripped with dew. So the way I was explaining this, kind of a cool thought. My dad was a mechanical engineer, um, so he had to take a lot of math and a lot of physics. And so one time he showed me the formula for the wave of light. Let's just look it up. Let's look it up right now. Formula for light wave. Oh man, see, like in physics. Hmm. Well, that's not what my father said. I don't even know what any of this means. There's a really complicated looking formula. Anyway, it was a bunch of stuff in terms of like sine and cosine, bunch of calculus level stuff. And my dad explained it to me. He was like, when God said, "Let there be light," he understood and said, "Let there be a sine of kx minus wt." That was another way. That's kind of cool to me. I'm kind of a math nerd. But, God understood and knew how to do things. He like, you have to have a little bit of knowledge, understanding, wisdom to make something, right? So that's pretty cool. Let's continue on. Verse 21 again. Maintain your competence and discretion, my son. Don't lose sight of them. They will be life for you and adornment for your neck. Then you will go safely on your way. Your foot will not stumble. When you lie down, you will not be afraid. You will lie down and your sleep will be pleasant. Let's look at this section right here. 21 through 24. So, you're running a race. You're on a track and you're running around in that stupid circle. And as you can tell, I don't like to run much. But you're running in the circle. You're not looking up in the sky, right? Oh, wow, that's a really pretty cloud. Wow, the sun is really bright today. No, you're looking down on your path, right? You're focused and you don't lose sight of the path. Verse 21, you don't lose sight of the path, right? If you're looking down and you're focused on the path, you're not going to trip and fall and you're not going to stumble. You have nothing to worry about if you're just focused on putting one foot down, then the next foot down, and then the next foot down. If you're focused, you're not going to stumble. So then if you're not going to stumble, well, you don't have to worry about getting back up. You have nothing to be afraid of, right? That would be like verse 24. When you lie down, you will not be afraid, right? You have nothing to worry because you've been so focused. Verse 25. Don't fear sudden danger or the ruin of the wicked when it comes, for the Lord will be your confidence and will keep your foot from a snare. I like that verse. For the Lord will be your confidence. That kind of reminds me of Psalm 56:3. I got it written on the wall right here. When I am afraid, I will trust in you. The Lord will be my confidence. Let's continue on. Final section of Proverbs 3. Treat others fairly. Oh yes, something we all need to hear, especially me. When it is in your power, verse 27, don't withhold good from the one it belongs to. Don't say to your neighbor, go away, come back later, I'll give it tomorrow, when it is there with you. Don't plan any harm against your neighbor, for he trusts you and lives near you. Don't accuse anyone without cause, when he has done you no harm. Don't envy a violent man, or choose any of his ways. For the devious are detestable to the Lord, but he is a friend to the upright. The Lord's curse is on the household of the wicked, but he blesses the home of the righteous. He mocks those who mock, but gives grace to the humble. The wise will inherit honor, but he holds up fools to dishonor. Excuse me. So, just so that I'll clear this up right here. Don't say to your neighbor, go away, come back later, I'll give it tomorrow. It's as if your neighbor is asking you for your PlayStation controller and you're hiding it behind your back. He's talking to you. No, what? I don't have your PlayStation controller. Yes, you do. It's behind you. Don't plan, verse 29, don't plan any harm against your neighbor. Which trust and listen to you. Yes. Woo. My roommate in college, who I sleep literally 6 feet away from, when he goes to sleep, I'm pretty sure he trusts me not to do nothing crazy. And as do I trust him not to do nothing crazy either. I have to when you're thrown somewhere. Let's continue on. 30. Don't accuse anyone without a cause when he has done you no harm. It's kind of like lying. Don't lie about your neighbor. And then don't be jealous became a Christian, I did some pretty foolish stuff that brought me some honor. But yeah, especially being an athlete, before becoming a Christian, before reading this book, and before I became diligent, before I became wise, yeah, I was pretty slacking as an athlete. That is for sure. But that is Proverbs 3. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please, please feel free to shoot it in the comments. Let me know on Instagram. You can follow me at Christ underscore sports. Or, I'm sorry, forget that. Christ underscore and sports. But yeah, that is it. Hope you have a blessed day. If you have any prayer request, please do the same. I'd love to hear y'all. I'd love to pray for you. And class is dismissed.